Many UGC NET aspirants find American literature confusing because there are so many writers and movement concerned with that, right? And students often ask, which author should we read? Which novel should we remember? How deep should we study the American literature? Should we give the proper time as we give to the British literature? The answer is no. The truth is that you don't need to study each and every book, novel, plays of American literature, because this is the UGC NET June 2026 and the pattern has been changed. They are asking about the critical thinking, they are asking about the logical things, and in this video I am going to show you a smart strategy how you can study American literature for UGC NET June 2026 so that you can cover the topic quickly and effectively before your examination. So without any delay, let's get started. And hey, all the future assistant professors, welcome back to English Winglish by Pooja Singh, where we simplify the UGC NET English and make the topics easier and simpler. So without any delay, let's get started. The very first question is that what UGC NET actually asks, right? So in UGC NET English, American literature, questions usually focus on what? Major authors, famous works, literary movements, and match of the following questions. Because see, in British literature, the syllabus is huge. And now, since we have analyzed a lot of PYQs like plus 13 years, we now know what are important, what are not. But for American literature, you have to do a very particular and specific study. So instead of reading entire novels, focus on authors, text, and literary history, right? So for your sake of convenience, I have divided into 5 steps. So let's get started. So the very first one is that you have to understand the literary periods. Okay. Now, American literature is easier only if you remember the major periods, because every period is interlinked with the another one, and you cannot just read this as on randomly, right? So the very first is Puritan literature, American romanticism, then comes realism and naturalism, then modernism and postmodernism, just like British literature, right? So if you know the timeline, many MCQs become easy peasy, right? So for example, American romanticism includes writers like Nathaniel Hawthorne and Herman Melville. So these are very important that you should know which author, which writers are getting connected to the literary movements. Now come to step number 2. You have to focus on the major novelists. So start with the most important novelist frequently asked in exams. Now how do we know what are the most important novelists? Because we have solved PYQs. If you have not solved, please solve plus 13 years. You will get on the channel playlist on my channel. Go and check that. So what you have to do, some key writers include Mark Twain, Ernest Hemingway, and Scott Fitzgerald. And if you don't know, please go and check out the recent PYQs. You will see the questions from these particular writers. So what you have to do, the important works to remember: Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, The Old Man and the Sea, and The Great Gatsby. So what you have to do, you don't have to read the full summaries. You just need to know the theme, significance, character, protagonist, and why they are important, because they have asked in the PYQs. I always lay focus on PYQs. Now, move forward to step number 3. You have to study important poets only, and poetry is also important in UGC NET. We get a lot of match of the following from particular sections. What are the key poets include? Walt Whitman, Emily Dickinson, Robert Frost, and these are UGC NET favorites. My students, please do them first. For example, Walt Whitman is famous for Leaves of Grass and his celebration of democracy and individuality. So this is how you have to read. And this was the question in 2019 and 2023 if you go and check in PYQs, right? So now moving forward to step number 4. Now it is like modern American drama. So what drama questions sometimes appear in exams, and these important playwright includes Eugene O'Neill, Arthur Miller, and Tennyson Williams. So this is a very important writer. Please, before doing randomly doing 100 authors, do these first, because they will increase your chance of marks. And the famous plays include Death of a Salesman and The Glass Menagerie. Now coming to the last step, that is understand literary movements. Now UGC NET has also changed their pattern, and now they are asking a deep question about the literary movement. For example, American Romanticism, Realism, Modernism, and now the modernist writers include like William Faulkner, Ernest Hemingway, because knowing movements only help in the elimination techniques in your examination, and that's how you can eliminate the wrong three options and get that right one. Okay, so now study strategy. Here is a simple rule. For every author, you have to remember four things. The very first thing, which literary period he or she belongs to. Okay, you have to find that. One famous work that UGC NET always asks. What is the major theme of that particular writer? And one important fact about that particular writer. So with this method, you can revise the entire American literature section quickly, because UGC NET testing whether you have read every novel. It just tests your literary history, because do you know the movement? Do you know the literary period and the important work? So what you have to focus on? You have to focus on authors. You have to focus on movement, and you have to focus on themes and what are the significance of that particular theme. So that's it for today's video, and if you found this video helpful, do not forget to like, share with your friends those are preparing for UGC NET, and also if you're new to this channel, do not forget to subscribe. Till then, keep learning, keep shining. Have a good day. Bye.